What's up, SFL? It's the Midnight Ride. Well, a little bit in the midday. Coming to you for week 5 action, and what? I won! Yes! Oh, what a tough night. Monday night, I was scared a little bit. Keenan Allen, could have had a really good game, had a lot of catches, but just nothing really happened to take it over. But hey, I'm in the win column. As of all of us right now, except for Gee. But we're going to move forward to that, and I'm taking on Holden this week, who took his first loss last week. And so I know that, his team is hungry to come for more, but I want to get into our matchup first, and then we will move into some updates going around the league. All right, I'm going to get started today with our matchup, the matchup this week against Holden. If you look at our two teams, we are pretty similar. I think that his team is much better, obviously, by the record and everything else. His team is pretty stacked. He's got some great quarterbacks. Matt Ryan against the Jets, that might be a tough one just because they might be running the ball or they might be just throwing the ball to Patterson. You never know. Cooks had a tough game because that offense couldn't get started last week. And then, of course, Diggs had a good game. So I'm worried about Diggs and Moore. If they don't have good games, I think it's going to help me. His two running backs are playing tonight, so that's going to be interesting to see as far as where he starts off. For me, I have two guys playing tonight in Wilson and Tyler Lockett. Lockett was a number 1 wide receiver in week 3. Now he's fallen out of the top 10 with 2 poor weeks. I think injuries have played a part, so I'm hoping that he's more healthy. Brissett is, just plugging along, playing that Tampa Bay offense. Hopefully that means that, they score a lot, which means he gets on the field a lot. And that defense we've seen from last week is a little leaky. So I'm hoping for some definite points. I'm hoping for CeeDee Lamb to come back, Ridley to start moving on, and Henry just to continue to go. And my big change of this week is I am tired of 2 carries, and so I'm going to go with Murray in Baltimore as he's taking over the reins there. Just overall, if you look at our 2 matchups, 152, 160, it's going to be tight, just like all the matchups. But I'm excited to take on Holden, to beat Holden, and get myself up to 2-3. Now, last week, if we look at some of the matchups, especially the matchup that I had with my Balzac Hurts, I really thank Henry, like always, in that fourth quarter, having a good game. CeeDee Lamb, like we talked about before, struggled. Has had really 2 games that he struggled, and Sanders had a poor game. His team, the really big thing was Keenan Allen didn't perform well. Waddle didn't have a good game. So I kind of got very lucky as his team, I think, was the better team on paper, and especially with his quarterbacks playing so well. So I got very lucky. I'll take it. I'll take the win. But around the league, we had some weird things happen, I think, because I didn't think Victor was going to win that week last week. He did end up doing so. King McGee lost. We had the space between. That was that one loss that Holden took last week, having an amazing week. His team is just clicking on all cylinders. Deontay Johnson taking out Gabriel's no quarterback team. And then, of course, we had the Magic School Bus, them taking that loss to D-Haas by 13 points. So, most of the league is very tight. And as you look at the standings right now, we have everybody around the same. We have Elderly Gangbang, of course, in first place with 2s and 2s teams. Move this up a little bit. We have, in my division, Gabriel's is 3-1 after taking a loss last week. And I'm, of course, 1-3. And then my Lights Up by Ballsack Hurts is 1-3, with Queen of Thorns being the only undefeated team. So overall, our league is pretty tight, and I'm looking forward to another week to see how we start spreading ourselves out. All right, SFL, it is week 5. And Holden, it's getting close to, noon. but it's getting close to